Hey guys, this is part 2 of my Blender tutorial, Blender 2.5, animating a hat using physics. We are going to join it already in progress. Thanks. The flop. So what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to re-look at the boxes. Let's go into wireframe mode so we can actually see the boxes. We're going to pick the bottom box. Once we've got that, we come up here to where it has this little default tab, and we click the icon next to it, and we're going to want to change it to game logic. And now we take a look down here, and so we got 3 different sets. One's a sensor, one's a controller, and one's an actuator. Under sensor, we're going to want to add 2 sensors, and they're both going to be keyboard. Ideally, later on, once we make a final version of this animation, we would probably want to use like a delay or something. But right now, since we're just kind of testing out this this idea, we're going to do it via our keyboard. So D and F. So every time we press D or F, it's going to rotate back and forth, basically. So right now, under controllers, we're just going to add 2 AND controllers and connect each of D and F to those 2 AND controllers. And then under actuators, we're going to want to add 2 motion actuators. Okay, and then we're going to connect them to the motion actuators. And then under the motion actuators, under the rotation, under the X value of the rotation, the first one we're going to do is 1 degree X. And then under the second actuator rotation X, we're going to do -1. So what this does, let's go back into default, is when we run the physics simulation, we can hit D and F to rotate this bottom box back and forth. Oh, and before I forget, we're also going to want to parent the armature to this bottom box. So if we hit Control P, oh wait, so we want to hit the armature first, and then the bottom box, and then hit Control P. So this will have the armature move back and forth with the bottom box and not only just take into effect where that bottom box is. So now if we run the physics simulation, we're recording, okay, so hit P, we let it flop for a second, and then we're going to hit F for it to move to the right a bit, and then hit D for it to move to the left a bit. And we can do this a couple times, and it's just going to have it flop back and forth. Okay. And then if we hit escape, and now what we want to do is hide the boxes so we don't see them. We're going to go into solid mode, and let's hit play. Actually, first I want to put a end frame so that it does not stop partway through the animation. Okay, so we hit play. So we see the box, we see the hat flop a bit at the beginning, and then the head bobs back and forth, and the hat bobs back and forth with it. It's just kind of cool. From here on, that's pretty much the concept that this goes with. From here on, it's just going to be you deciding like the proportions of the hats. Like you're probably going to want to make this hat a little bit less tall. It's kind of ridiculously tall at the moment, maybe, and then change some of the settings of the boxes so that you get the exact right flop that you want, and then just pairing it with a head and doing the animations that way. If before we go, I'll show you one that I have completely rendered, because rendering takes a little bit of time. This is just a quick little Swedish Chef model that I made. Not technically Swedish Chef. I mean, Swedish Chef doesn't technically look like this, but whatever. But yeah, just to show the quick flop animation. But that's about it. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.